Yes, sir. What's going on? We back at it again at Super Day with the PA Political Revolution podcast. We over here for another doozy of a show, right? We're about to go ahead and get into some political action over here, right? About to get into what's going on with the garbage trucks, right? Now, there have recently been a lot of issues. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. There's been a lot of issues and a lot of discussion going on about the garbage pickup in Port Arthur, right? Council was just trying to pass like a resolution. I think they may have done. I can't remember if they done it or not, or they tabled it or whatever. But they've wanting to raise the actual price of the garbage cans, right? Trying to raise about 200. I mean, not 200. $2.50, something like that. They wanted to raise the price of the toters of the rental of the toters. So this right here is, it has helped a lot of people. A lot of citizens been having problems with this because they can't get their garbage picked up reliably at a decent time frame, right? Some people been waiting 1 to 2, 3 days out before they get their garbage picked up, and this seems to be a reoccurring event every so often, right? Now, sometimes the council is going to act like this is a brand new issue when they've actually been told about this, and they're supposed to have some type of action to go ahead and they're supposed to have some type of action plan to go ahead and fix this and go ahead and deal with this situation, right? So we've been looking around, right? Um, found the actual video that where former council member Harold Doucette has given directives to the city manager. There we go. Ahead mic and, check one. To go ahead and it's the wrong doggone video. Where the city manager actually gave the directive over to gave the directive to the city manager to go ahead and come up with an action plan, right? Hey, come up with an action plan. If you need anything, come over to the council. We can go ahead and get it done. So, unfortunately, Ron Burton, the city manager, has failed to actually get this thing done. Go ahead and come up with an action plan as to go ahead and get these trucks running. All right, here we go.
So now we will move to page 2 of the printed agenda, which deals with discussions. And as we have on the agenda to discuss and take possible action regarding maintenance of garbage and trash trucks requested by Councilman Doucette, the city manager. As we enter this, do you want to discuss with Councilman Doucette and the council what the plan is for trash pickup? I think it began today, if I'm recalling correctly. What we
see Ron Burton looking at him crazy because Boy T is like coming through. He's not when they have a conversation, just let them talk. You're supposed to let the person that brought up the conversation, Mr. Doucette, speak, and then he's going to ask the person that brought up the conversation, right? That put it on the agenda is the one that's going to open up the speaking, but Boy T doesn't really understand what he's doing at this stage of being a mayor in his second year at that time, and he's trying to like divert the conversation. But here we go.
Put out yesterday. Yeah, Councilman Doucette, is that what you are concerned with in this item?
No.
Well, let him go ahead and make his presentation, and I'll update council.
No, you're talking about debris pickup. I'm not discussing that. Okay.
Okay, go right ahead.
Garbage and trash trucks. For the sake of time, I put it as discuss and take possible action by council. And what I'm going to request to the council, direct the city manager to further look into what I'm going to talk about, and then come back to the council with a plan and what we're going to do about it, and council making it clear with the director to the city manager of what we expect. First of all, I've been on council for 5.5 years, and it seems like every time this council tells someone we want to buy a truck, we buy all new trucks. Then we keep extra truck. And at some point in time, we say we may fall behind a day. So we continue to be behind. Well, if we as a council tells managers in the past, tell us what you need, then we buy trucks. We've actually authorized buying more trucks than what they was requesting. Not just this council, but previous council bought more trucks because we did not want citizens having to endure not having garbage or trash picked up in a timely manner.
Okay, now you understand this. Former council member Doucette has been on this for a while, right? Now, even though he's off right now, you have Cal Jones, you have Charlotte Moses, and you have Kinlaw. I don't think Kinlaw is in this video, but he was on council during October 13, 2020, when former council member Harold Doucette gave him the directive to go ahead and, hey, get an action plan for this. Come back to council with this. Let them know what they're going to do about this.
So, right now, we're in a predicament where the garbage is being picked up late. People put in the garbage. For an example, I'm going to talk from experience. My garbage is scheduled to be picked up on Thursday. For about the last 3-4 weeks, it's been being picked up on either Friday evening, Saturdays, or Saturdays, okay? That is unacceptable. We need to, one, take a look at if we need to staff the garage in the operations center with mechanics that are qualified, that can fix this equipment.
Okay, so if you need staff in the mechanic department, he's giving that solution.
Keep this equipment running. The other thing, possibly take a look at a mechanic working a night shift so that if a vehicle goes down in a day with minor
night shift,
it could be repaired and be ready to roll the next day.
Night shift mechanic.
The other key to this is we don't have scheduled pickups on Friday. That's the day we should be doing maintenance on them, cleaning the trucks, checking minor things, and keeping these trucks up. So we have to have a maintenance program in order to keep these trucks running.
Preventive maintenance program that's been stated at least the past 10 years.
Once we've done that, we need to take a look at what is acceptable for us as council members and the manager to look at the citizens and give them a reasonable explanation on why it wasn't picking up on time. Given the fact that we have extra trucks, that means that anytime a truck breaks down and you have to go to the extra truck, as a person who make the decision, they need to be prepared then to say, if another truck goes down, I will have to either contract a waste management company to come in and pick it up, and I'll put a person in there for the route, or I'll rent a truck.
Contract and rent a truck, some other options.
After being delayed 1 week, we should have a solution to that. There's no excuse to be late for garbage or trash longer than 1 week. So what I like for council to do is issue a directive to the manager to look into this, what I've talked about, and come back to the council. It probably taken about a month to do a thorough study, but he needs to come back to the council and tell the council exactly what the city and the actions that will be taken to ensure that citizens do not have to wait longer than 1 week for us to be off schedule. There's no reasonable explanation. We spend too much money for trucks, and we're willing to buy trucks when we need trucks. So we just need to understand there's no excuse. 1 week we could live with, say things happen. But after 1 week, if we don't have the equipment, we should rent it or we should contract it. But citizens are paying for these. If you're paying for it, it's not nothing we're doing complimentary. So let's give the manager enough time to look into this, because after so many years, I figure now we need to really set this up. Either we're gonna maintain the equipment or we can't maintain the equipment. But we cannot allow the trash and garbage to get more than 1 week off a schedule. So at this time, I'd just like for council as a consensus to let the manager study this and come back to council with a recommendation that we know that this will prevent this from happening again.
Oh,
see, there you go. Councilmember Doucette gave, and the council allegedly gave Ron Burton a directive, right? Well, Doucette gave him a directive, gave him possible solutions with that directive, right? Gave him some things that he could think about doing to go ahead and resolve it. Told him he should come back to the council with an answer on that, right? And they should have that problem resolved. Unfortunately, as we are today, the problem is not resolved. This has been this is October 13th, 2020. And unfortunately, we do not have a resolution. I mean, this issue resolved as far as like not being able to pick up the garbage.
Okay. Thank you, Councilman Doucette. Anyone else have anything to add to the conversation with Councilman Doucette? Oh, if not, City Manager, go ahead.
Let me just say something. Silence of council means agreement now. In total agreement with the fact that the service that's being provided by the city for garbage and trash pickup should not experience extensive delays. And you're right, 1 week is more than enough. And that's part of my goal, to ensure that we do not delay trash or garbage pickup in excess than 1 week. And I've discussed that with staff already. If I've ever found, moving ahead, that we do have a problem where equipment is the problem or assets is the problem, and I'm not informed by staff that there is a problem, or there's a problem with the garage, and I'm not informed about that, and that has caused the delay of services to the citizens, I'll have a very serious problem with the head of department or with the staff concerned. And so I'm in agreement. I'm in total agreement. When you look at other municipalities.
Well, you should have a problem with what's going on right now. Obviously, somebody didn't do something, right? Whether you've been informed or not, we still are not being able to pick up garbage. Mr. Ron Burton should have a plan by now to go ahead and deal with this issue. And unfortunately, we do not, right? Of course, somebody's going to tell you, hey, we got a truck down, we can't pick up the route. Somebody's going to call the city manager, of course, is going to know. But the thing is not refusing to let you know. But what plans do you have to fix it, Mr. Burton? What do you have to fix it? You're getting paid over $200,000 a year to actually do what? Need to actually solve some of these problems, brother. If you don't want to be a city manager, take over responsibility, you shouldn't be taking over the check. So, Mr. Burton, we really need you to do what we paid you to do as citizens, right? To go ahead and manage the city. You've been here throughout different city managers. You know the problems that's going on in the city. So you, of all people, Mr. Burton, you should have some idea on how to fix it. You should be ahead of the game on everything about it, right? You should know just as much as I know of these problems, brother. You should actually know more because you're on the inside of the city and you need to go ahead and get some of these things done.
Municipalities who operate, trash and garbage pickup should be automatic. We should never have anybody calling about trash or garbage pickup. The citizens paid for it. They expect the service, and we should deliver it.
There you go. Amen, brother. Why we can't get it done now?
And so I'd be happy to put forward a plan and submit it to you all. It may require a budget amendment, but I would like to think that the council would support that budget amendment when I present it.
Okay. Any other?
Look at it. Look at his face. Like, I think that worked. But man, Mr. Burton, brother, we need some action right now, and unfortunately, we have a weak and frail council. We have Carol Jones, Charlotte Mose, and Thomas Kinlaw that was present during all of this issues with the previous garbage pickup, right? So we need more than just going talking to Ron Burton. We need to take some action. His job needs to be up for review. Hey, and unfortunately, if he can't get the job done, you may need to find somebody else that'll be able to get the job done, right? So there's no use with paying Mr. Burton $200,000 a year if he refuses or can't manage the city, right? You know, if it's a will issue or if it's a skill issue, there needs to be a new person. Now, if he takes initiative to do some of the things that the council is saying and it doesn't work, there's something different. But unfortunately, I don't see where he's actually coming up with a plan, like Mr. Doucette said, and implementing all of these things. You know, I don't know. Obviously, something is wrong, and the only thing that his situation is to go ahead and raise rates.
More?
Yeah, Mayor. As city manager said, silence means agreement. And Councilman Doucette was right on target. City manager, you recall me come up here last week in the citizens about trash? You recall that?
Yeah.
Right. Right. The same problem, you know. So I know where Doucette is coming from, and he also mentioned about a night mechanic. You know, Mayor. I mean, and city manager, just reluctantly, I said we just need more structure. You know, it's you know, and a lot you know. I'm not getting personnel, but we just need a lot more, you know, creativity and getting more structure to get more things done, man. You know, and you can't be everywhere one time, you and Mr. Moore, but just look at, you know, do overhaul a lot of these places and take a good hard look, man. We can't keep doing business as usual. It's not going to work.
I really couldn't understand what Cat was saying, but basically he was saying that we can't conduct business as usual, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, it comes a time where the council needs to start doing more than talking. They need to start more than saying, hey, Ron Burton need to get something done better. Okay. Exactly what needs to get done. I'm glad Mr. Doucette has given him instructions on things that he can do to actually try to change this situation, right? But, you know, you have Carol saying one thing, you know, back then, and it's like the second time he done seen it, right? He had a citizen came to him with trash, like he said. Back then, you're having the trash at 2020. Now you're having it a year later.
I was so far behind, and people is tearing up the council people. Not you all hardly here, but they're tearing us up by this trash. Even now, like they think I'm a light man. I'll be energy now. You know, they tell me about energy. I say I'm a customer just like you all, man. I'm not, you know. I don't have lights either, you know, but we could, if we just get out, dig a little deeper, and you know, some research, some extent, we could save ourselves a lot of problems. So Doucette right on point, and Mr. Manager, I'm with you. Whatever it takes, budget adjustment, you know, just do what it takes. Let's get these people better service. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anyone else? Any other comment?
I really don't want to beat a dead horse, but I agree. Citizens are upset about this garbage. I've gotten so many calls about, and I'm sure everyone on council has, everybody. Yes. You know, the garbage isn't being picked up on time. I mean, or either it's a week late, and I've talked to the city manager, whatever we need to do, and I think I've explained it to you. I've said it, and I'm going to say it here on this platform as well. We've got to do better. I know our city employees are trying to do their best. The garage, I've talked to even those with the repairing, the trucks, how many down. I've tried to call every week and just try to give our citizens, listen, we, try to explain to them, trying my best to explain to them where we are, what we're doing, and the extensive amount of debris, the extensive amount of garbage. I know that the debris is separate, there's trash, and the garbage is garbage, but we're running behind on both. And we've got to have a plan to execute better so that our citizens will not be in this fix and feel like we're lax on our job. And I know you agree, but we've got to do something. It has got to be done. I know it sounds redundant. We're repeating the same thing, but I just have to say it. I've been not just calling, talking with, and everybody else on this panel, every council member has done the same thing. And it makes us all look like we're not doing anything effective. I called a woman on 25th Street. I said, they're on your street. They're going to be there. I called someone on Bassett Street, called someone on Stadium. I mean, it's every single day just trying to put out the fire that, hey, bear with us. We're going to get it done. We're on our way. We're en route. People are tired of hearing that. And so we've got to do better. And so whatever we need to do, I'm willing to help to do whatever we can to make it work, because it doesn't even look good. The aesthetics of our city, it makes it look trashy. The garbage cans are out for weeks. It's terrible. We've got to do something. And so whatever that something is, let's make it happen, and we support you 100% in your plan and your push to get it done. More people, temporary service, hiring extra help. I mean, that's what we would do in peak times like this. You would get out and there's extra help in the budget. Then let's hire extra help. Get on the horn hiring CDLs. Some agency will hire you people that have commercial driver's license. There's got to be something that we can do where we're not sitting back taking a beating upside of our heads like that, because there is something to be done. And I'm not going to be silent. If we got to sound redundant, so be it. But I mean, in HR, this is what they're there for. They can hire a temporary agency to come in, and you have that authority to hire somebody an agency that'll hire CDL drivers to get drivers. If the small truck's not working, hell, get the big trucks working. But something's got to work. We got too many things to say that we got 8 trucks down and only 6 working in the city. That is not acceptable at all.
Okay, Ms. Charlotte Moses, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it if the city manager, right, doesn't get anything done, refuses to get anything done, refuses to come up with a plan, an action plan to address this issue? What are you willing to do? We're back over there again.
Well, I'm not going to be. I'm just going to repeat that. One of the things this has caused, one of the things that this has caused, city manager, is caused dumping grounds, okay, in neighborhoods. Where they have empty lots, people saying, we're not going to keep it in front of my house, so they dumping this stuff on empty lots now, which is causing dumping grounds in the city. So we want to make sure we get this done so we don't have these dumping grounds, because I've had several citizens call me, empty lots near their house, and the whole neighborhood is dumping stuff in the lots. So we don't want these dumping grounds to be created in our city, which is going to make it look worse. And so let's just, again, do what necessary. Let's get the money. You need the money. Let's get the money. Let us get it done. But these dumping grounds is really getting to be something that shouldn't happen. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Councilman Doucette, I think your point is well taken. City manager has it, and I'm more than sure he's going to move on that.
I'll get something to council in the next 30 days.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, City Manager. Our next item is to discuss options regarding the police substation in District 3, requested by Councilman Kinlaw. Councilman Kinlaw isn't present today.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, everybody. We're still back at this problem again. Didn't have any type of resolution. Don't know what the plan is. Whatever the plan was that he may have claimed that he had, it isn't working. So, hey, that's pretty much it. We had a quick one today, and everybody take it easy. Peace.